Bet you never seen coffee in the litter box before. Knock, knock. I'm Mr. Kate. I'm here. I'll take a look at your place. Oh, hi. I'll drop by for a while. I'll help you find your style. We'll laugh. We'll paint. I'm Mr. Kate. Yay! Ooh, this is really ugly and it needs help. And I'm gonna help it. I'm Mr. Kate, I am here. I'm gonna do a DIY decoupage coffee table for you today because it's ugly. So this is a variation of a DIY I did on the Nate Bertha show where I used old book pages to decoupage the top of a curbside find. And this is the coffee table that lives in my living room. I can't believe I've let it go this long looking this poopy. And I'm gonna do decoupage, but this time I'm gonna use this artist book to decoupage the top. I gotta jazz up the legs too, so I'm gonna use some gold spray paint. It's gonna look fantastic. All right, step one, I'm sanding. And basically this is just to rough up the varnish that is on the table. I'm also going to sand the legs because I'm gonna spray paint them to make sure that the spray paint sticks. And then you should just wipe down your surface after you've sanded with a damp cloth to make sure it's nice and clean for my paint and my glue and my naked people. Next, I'm gonna spray paint my legs. My table legs, guys. I'm gonna use a primer to prep my table legs for the sparkly gold paint, which is then going to look beautiful and sparkly and delicious over the white primer. I am making coffee, not because I'm tired, but because I'm going to use it to dye my paper. I'm gonna make it nice and dark so that it will really dye the paper and it will give it that aged look. My coffee mixture is just some coffee and some water. I'm just going to tear out the pieces of paper. As you can see, I'm tearing all of the edges because that's just gonna add to that aged effect. I don't want any hard lines. And then I'm just gonna submerge it in the coffee liquid and let it set for a little while. It is paper, so you don't wanna let it in there for too long because it will fall apart. So as you can see, it's just not as bright white anymore. It's aged looking. Now for the decoupaging, I have Modge Podge, which you could use glue, white glue, and water, and a foam brush. I'm gonna get it wet in my coffee water. So I'm just gonna paint the back, slap it down on the table, and then you wanna use some more glue over. Once your decoupage is dry, trim the edges with an exacto knife or a razor blade. For step 4, I'm using a polyacrylic protective finish. Make sure you consistently stir it. Now you'll probably want to do 2 coats of this if you're doing a coffee table because coffee tables get lots of wear and tear. Get the edges really well. Let it dry between coats. I love my new coffee table. It looks so good. I'm so excited. I love how it turned out. I think that the drawings really add like a funky quality. The tea staining makes it look a little aged, and the gold, I mean, who doesn't love gold? I am going to thoroughly enjoy this in my personal living room. It's perfect, if I do say so myself. Mr. Kate!